Gen Z dating is like Saucy Santana in front of Diddy. You know, everybody thinks there's such a big reason or a problem for this, when in all reality, it's really just you. You and me and all of us are the reason why dating is fried. There's only really 10 reasons on why you're like that. Reason number 1, you're shallow. Let's face it, everybody has had that person that was really cool, really nice and caring, that you knew would be perfect in a relationship. In all reality, the only reason why you didn't give them a chance is because they're chopped. But at the same time, I can't blame you because we all do the same thing. Like, imagine what your boys would think. Imagine what your family would think. Imagine bringing your girl to the cookout and all of your uncles look at her and don't say a damn thing. And let's be real, nobody wants to go through that, so yeah, we're all just gonna stay shallow. But at the same time, you could be missing out on your wifey to be. Number 2, your standards too high. Look, you can't expect your man to look like Chris Brown when you look like the Jello thing from Hotel Transylvania, vice versa. I remember I had this one friend named Brian, and I ain't gonna lie, Brian was low-key chopped. Like, think Cuffin face card with a 42 Doug body. I ain't gonna lie, brother was cooked. Despite this, bro had the highest standards I've ever seen. Nigga would talk about if she don't look like Lotto, can cook, clean, got a big fat ass, sucks and me, I'm not cuffing her. Like, come on, bro. Talking about you need a big booty Latino when you're a big booty Latino your fucking self. Number 3, you're not playing in the right league.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
See, a lot of y'all are looking for a wife at a Halloween party. And despite how fat the ass looks in that Playboy bunny costume, brother, I promise you that is not a wife. I'm telling you right now, the best place to find a girl is a place that you frequently like going, i.e. bookstores, coffee shops, anime conventions, gay bars, hell, maybe you even like the zoo. I'm sure one of the giraffes is on the same type of timing you are. Number 4, you're weird. Nobody likes a weirdo, especially if you're creepy. Just because you have a big dick doesn't mean every single girl wants to see it. But ladies, if you got a fat ass, my DMs are open. I promise you, if you do it, I will never think you're weird. But the thing about weird people is that you can never really truly expect who is a weirdo and who isn't. I know this guy who's 6'7", D1 football player, doesn't even look bad. I mean, he's 6'7" and he plays football. He doesn't really, like, looks don't matter at that point. But every single girl he tries to talk to says he's one of the weirdest people they've ever talked to. Apparently they say he has a foot fetish or whatever, and he be asking for toe pics and shit. And apparently he gets screenshotted a lot, which is a horrible thing for your PR, especially as a D1 athlete. That's crazy. So yeah, don't be a weirdo, because even if you are literally the perfect build in this modern era, you will still get curved. Just like if you're chopped. Number 5, Dabo, Cuffham, Yusuf, and Astro Dior, the 3 faces of being chopped. And one of them's just old as shit. Being chopped is kind of like a curse, because it's almost impossible to fix this shit. And even if you still fix this shit, people still won't fuck with you. Like, when you're chopped, you always have to try 10 times harder. And even then, it still may not be enough. I remember one time me and my boys were out at the fair, and we seen this group of girls, so we started mobbing together with them on some 4-man type shit. One of the people we were with was my boy from earlier, Brian, the one that was extremely chopped, but also had the crazy high standards. Yeah, that one. And apparently this night, he didn't like his assignment, which I ain't gonna lie, she was like a 50 overall plate cleaner, Fresh Protector Hall of Fame badge. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really blame bro. But at the same time, skill-based matchmaking. I'm just being honest. But the night continued on, and then suddenly the girl I was with pulled me to the side and told me she had to tell me something. Apparently her plate cleaner friend said that Brian was making her uncomfortable. Apparently bro was trying to talk to her and she wasn't with it, which is insane when the plate cleaner is saying that shit. But regardless, she wasn't with it and she wanted to leave. And when they did end up leaving, Brian started asking everybody, yo, what was going on? And honestly, nobody had the heart to tell him, but yeah, if y'all don't know me, I keep it real and I'm a dickhead. So I simply put my hand on bro's shoulder and just told him what happened. And of course, to his response, he went on a fuck that bitch train, talking about how she should start liking some treadmills and how she would be a great contestant for my 600 pound life. But in all honesty, we kind of all seen through this shit. Word of advice, if you are chopped, either grow out your hair, get some facial hair, or just become funny, or just get rich. One of those will work, hopefully. Number 6, you're a hoe. Everyone has had a hoe phase, whether you was out there crushing a lot of people or just talking to a lot of people. It's just a canon event in life. We should stop being so judgmental. Here's the thing though. For some people, it's a phase of their life. For other people, it is their life. And for those type of people, usually they end up being those auntie and uncles that are super freaked out and never find a wife or husband. And let's keep it a beam. Nobody wants to end up like that. But here's the thing with hoes. See, they don't struggle with getting in a relationship. That's the easy part. They just struggle with keeping them. Because these cheaters always find a way to sabotage their relationship. It's either they get tired of being loyal so they cheat, or they just get extremely toxic as an excuse to cheat. I'm just making it clear, men and women are hoes. If you think I'm just referring to one gender, you're stupid. But I will say, I did know this one girl who had a loving and caring boyfriend, but for whatever reason, always cheated on him. I remember one time she said it was because she was quote unquote just bored. And it really just made me realize that people who cheat just think completely differently. Because if I'm bored, the first thing I'm finna do is go play the game or work on a video. But for you to get bored and want to go cheat, you just have to have a different type of mindset. One time me and her was hanging out and she was complaining about her boyfriend. And honestly, just nitpicking about little things he does that just makes her, just forces her to just cheat on him because he's such a monster, even though he does everything she asks for him. And that day I actually felt like just telling her the truth. And I told her, yo, you should probably just break up with him if you don't really like him that much. And you're obviously not staying loyal. And surprisingly, she actually agreed and said that she needs to lock in. And then she asked me if I wanted to go a second round. Number 7, you don't know what you want. A lot of people simply just don't know what they want in life, especially in relationships. You say you want a Layla Baptist until you got to have J Cinco pockets. I mean, pretty girls are expensive and draining. And a lot of y'all just don't got the wallet for that shit. A lot of y'all girls say y'all want a Duke Dennis, but I promise you. Well, matter of fact, I don't even gotta promise you no more. You see how many baby mamas he got. I ain't gonna lie. If you want to be on the roster, you can.
I'm one of Duke's baby mamas too. I ain't want to say it, but I've been holding it in this whole time. I'm one of them too.
People aren't who they seem. And a lot of times you think you want a certain thing, but you don't really want it because you're not prepared for the consequences of having it. You simply need to stop thinking with your dick and start thinking with your brain. And sometimes it's best to pass up on that 10 out of 10 that will make your head spin and get you a good 7 out of 10 that would actually fulfill your soul. And I'm saying that, yeah, I don't follow my own advice. I'm not gonna lie, that's why I'm single. Number 8, you can't face rejection. Everybody, and I truly mean everybody, gets rejected, which is why it's so weird why we make fun of it. I mean, people will clown that get curved when in all reality, shit, at least he tried. Not everybody's gonna like you, and that's simply okay, but not shooting your shot in the first place is a sin I can't accept. I know I'm telling a lot of stories in this video, but this one, I promise you, this shit great. One time me and the boys were out and I seen this fine ass steak, and when I say thick, I'm a thick ass snow bunny. Like, oh my God, brother. Prime Iggy Azalea. Dr. Umar just gonna have to get on paid leave for this one. This shit was crazy, I ain't gonna. So I pushed up on her and tried to introduce myself. But as soon as she see me, she looked me up and down and just walked off without saying a word. By far the worst curve I've ever gotten in my life. That shit hurt. I'm gonna be honest. Mind you, this shit was in front of all my boys too, and they seen this shit, bro. Oh my, it was bad. It was so bad that after I did the little walk of shame back to the group, nobody even said a word. It was complete silence for the next 2 minutes. Until this day, we still haven't talked about the situation. And simply, some people dust themselves off after they get rejected, but others jerk off after they get rejected. I'm gonna just be honest. Y'all know me. I ain't gonna lie. Number 9, you're the problem. AKA, you're toxic. Okay, let's just be real here for like a minute. If you're toxic, you know you're toxic. Like, this shouldn't be a question like, yo, you're a gaslighting, love bombing manipulator. As soon as the honeymoon phase ends, your partner isn't gonna see that shit. But here's the thing with these toxic people. Like I said earlier, they usually gaslight themselves into thinking that they're really not toxic and everybody else is the problem. So even though they have 25 failed talking stages, 5 exes who have them blocked and hate their guts, and overall don't have any real friends, they still think everybody else is the problem. And honestly, until you realize that you're the problem, you're never gonna get in a relationship. But here's the thing. Most of the time, these type of people don't care. They like being toxic. It makes life fun. It makes everything exciting. They love the ups and downs. They don't want the consistency. Fuck that. That's boring. Why would I want a Michael B. Jordan when I can have an Offset? Hey, until you change that habit in your lifestyle, you will never find love. And just remember, the ones who always talk about how they're so great and amazing always be the most single. You gotta see through the trap. I ain't going. But besides that, that's it. Follow the Twitch and live channel if you want to see more content daily. Follow the Instagram if you want to see more video ideas. And besides that, I appreciate y'all for watching. You know, I stay fly, you know. No, I love you. Sure love you. I love you. Subscribe for you stay fly. Thank you. And goodbye. We out.